sure all of the things are ready to go. If you're joining me live, say hello. Let me know where you are, what's happening in your life today. All right. Okay, we are good on Facebook. Amazing. So I am running a little bit late this morning because I was just writing down all of the questions. I put a question box up on my Instagram and my Facebook to see what questions you guys wanted answered. So I've just put those down now. So what we're going to do in this weekly live is I'm going to answer those questions. Depending on how this goes, I think this might be a regular thing. I'll put a comment question box up on my stories. I might do it possibly on Monday so that, it gives more people a chance to pop their questions in. So I might do it Monday, Tuesday, and then on Wednesday, I'll collect all of them and then I can answer them on the lives. But basically, these lives are here to help you guys, whether it's in your business or your personal life and you're building something online and you need some extra support. This is why I'm doing these lives. And I think it's probably might be the 12th live I've done, I believe. So yeah, this is what it is for. So let me just quickly bring up the questions that have come through. If you are new to my world, my name is Nicole Cartney. I am a business coach. I work with mindset, energy, and strategy. And a lot of the work that I do with my clients are around helping them with their business, helping them with their mindset, helping them with the energetics so that they can scale their business to their first 10K or their first 6 figures in their coaching business. So if you are someone who is looking to launch a business, if you already have a business and you're struggling to get to those milestones, then I can help support you in doing that. I have free ways that you can work with me. I have paid ways that you can work with me. But specifically for these lives, it is my way of giving back and giving some support for those of you who are on this journey as well. Okay, let's dive into it. Here we go. Okay, so we've had 14 questions come through. So I'm just going to go through them in no particular order just to address these. Keeping in mind, like I've said, if you want to pop, if you have any questions at all, you can pop them like below in this video, wherever you see it. Otherwise, what you can do is every Monday from now on, I'm going to put a question box up. So you can just comment any of your questions in there, and then I'll bring them to these lives and address them here. Okay. So the first question that's come through is, how do you juggle your business and your personal life? Great question. All of these questions are so good as well. How do I juggle my business and my personal life? Honestly, at the beginning of my journey, I thought there was a specific way that you needed to live your life, and there was the specific way that you needed to live your life in order for your business to be successful. And what I've learned over the years is that it's about finding the things that work for you. So for example, I used to be the person who would read the books and it would be like, you've got to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning, like the 5 a.m. club, and you've got to do it this way and you've got to do it that way. And so I tried to adapt my life to live like that, but it wasn't in alignment with who I was and the way that I wanted my life. Now, people who get up at 5 a.m., amazing, that's awesome. But it's not for everybody. We get to create our lives the way that we want. So coming back to the question, how do I juggle business and personal life? Honestly, at the beginning, it's a bit of trial and error. You've got to find the things that work for you. Like, for example, if you are a parent and you're a mum, it's going to be different to someone like me who doesn't have children, right? So imagine me sitting here telling you that in order for your business to be successful, or in order for you to be successful, you have to get up at 5 a.m. when you're a mum and you're probably having up and down nights with your child, right? So in terms of being able to juggle your business and personal life, you've got to create a schedule that works specifically for you, okay? That's how I juggle business and personal life. I also was the person who would work all the time, and I never spent any time like living. I was all about like, I'm chasing the success and working so often that I would not spend time with my partner, or I wouldn't go and do things with my friends because I would just lock myself in a room and I would just work. Now, if you do that for a long period of time, then you can see that what the result or the outcome could be if you decided to live your life that way. So it's really about finding the things that work for you in your business, that work for you in your personal life, and then be consistent, okay? If you have any other questions or comments that come from this specific question, just pop it in the comments below and I'll be able to answer them. Okay, the second question that's come through is, what are your tips to building your business to 10K per month? What are my tips to building the business to 10K per month? Okay, so what's coming up is consistency. Consistency is going to get you there. Your mindset, it is a roller coaster. And anything that you are trying to achieve in your life, it is a roller coaster. So be prepared, Hello Forest. So be prepared for that, okay? So if let's scale it down to like my 3 top tips to building your business to 10K per month. Work on your mindset every day. Be consistent, and whatever it is that you're being consistent in, i.e. the strategy, you like go all in about helping people. Like instead of focusing on the amount, so instead of focusing on trying to achieve 10K per month, figure out an offer. Especially if you're in the coaching business, figure out an offer or a service. Oh my goodness. Are you right for us? Figure out an offer that is going to help people and just literally go all in terms of sharing it with everybody. Those would be my three top tips to building your business to 10K. It is going to take time. It is going to take a really strong mindset, but you've got to be consistent in whatever plan that you decide to do. Okay. Oh my goodness, Forrest is just nuts. Okay. Do you have, okay, question 3. Do you have a daily ritual that you swear by? I think it comes back to question 1. You've got to find a ritual that works for you. What I would highly recommend having in your daily ritual is something to get your thoughts down on paper. So like some sort of journaling practice, where you can, especially if you wake up in the morning and maybe you're not feeling the best, you've got to have tools in place to help you get into your highest or into the best version of you on that day. Because some days we wake up and we're not feeling the best. Some days we are going through things. We might be worried about something. We're stressed about something. So having some sort of ritual in place to take what's going on in your head and get it out of your system, whether it's journaling, whether it's meditating, whether it's going for a walk, whether it's going to the gym. The ritual just needs to be something that you can implement in your life to change the state in which your mind is at. It's kind of like you need to, so for example, a computer, right? You can either go, when you finish your computer and you're going to bed, you can either leave all of the tabs up as to what you were doing, and then the next day you wake up, you lift up your laptop or you log back on into your computer and you've got all of this stuff, all of these tabs still running from the day before, right? Or you can close the tabs, close the programs that you've been using, shut your laptop off, and when you wake up to a clear blank slate. That is the purpose of having a ritual, is that you clear what's happened the day before so that you wake up or you come into a new day fresh and clean and clear. So that's what, there's no specific daily ritual that I swear by. I just am very, I would just find a ritual that works for you. Use tools like walking, meditation, breath work, journaling, anything to clear your mind from the day before so that you come into the day with being the best version of you. Okay. All right. Question 4. I struggle with posting daily. Do you have any tips? Yeah, I struggle with posting daily. Yeah, okay. So a lot of my clients come to me, especially when they're working with me one-on-one, or they've come through my fast track course or any of the courses that I do, and I'm all about consistency. Forrest, hop down, buddy. Come here. My little puppy's going crazy. Okay, I struggle with posting daily. Do you have any tips? Okay, so when we get overwhelmed on a task that we need to do, and maybe we're resisting doing the task, what I say to my clients is you want to think about, okay, well, what is the baby step that I can do right now to shift me into on the journey of whatever the task is. So sometimes if you're having like a really rocky day or something's going on for you, sending one post out or putting one piece of content out could be the hardest thing on that day because life happens. So if you're struggling with posting every single day, what I recommend is finding something that feels really easy for you to do first. Okay. So for example, perfect example is me getting back into exercise. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you would know that I've been going through a few different things personally with my journey on getting fit again after the things that I've been going through. And what I decided to do is I was like, okay, well, what are the things that I love to do? Dancing is the thing that I love to do. So that's going to be the first thing that I'm going to do to get myself back into exercise because I love it. It's like I don't even have to think about it. I just rock up and I'm in my zone. Okay. So find something that feels really, really easy for you to do. Now, my ultimate goal is I want to be exercising every single day. Okay. But going from like nothing to then doing that every single day could be, you know, a shock on the body. It's going to be a shock on the body. So if you're finding it hard to post daily, then I would suggest what is something that's really easy for you to do right now that in terms of posting, whether it's posting your life on your stories or posting something on your timeline. If you want to go live, for example, but you haven't been on video for ages or going live is kind of freaking you out, then don't go live as the first thing. Like maybe just do a quote, something that's really, really simple so you do the action, okay? So that's the first thing is like finding what is the easy thing that you can do. And then the second step to that is what is a schedule or a time frame as to what you could do. So instead of posting every single day, maybe for this week, you're going to post twice this week. And then the next week after you've done that, you've won because you've posted twice. The next week, you're going to have more confidence in yourself. So then when you post, you might say, okay, I'm going to do 3 this week. So you're going to post 3 times this week. And then the week after that, you've done what you said you were going to do. So then you'll do more. So when someone is struggling to post daily, I say this to my clients all the time, what is the easiest thing that you can do right now? If you're trying to go live for 365 days, or you're trying to create reels for 365 days, what is the easiest thing that you can do right now? Okay, so that's my 2-step kind of formula is like find out what's the easiest thing that you can do that is in alignment or on the journey to that task. And then what is the consistency that you can do? Is it posting once this week and then next week you do 2? The whole point of this is to create a neural pathway in your mind of you winning. You're in a state of winning all the time. If you go ahead and you're like, okay, I'm going to post every single day for the next 90 days, and you have been so inconsistent in the past, and you've got this pathway or this neural pathway of you not following on your word, or you not being consistent, or you have the belief that you're not consistent, then you're literally setting yourself up for failure. So you want to put yourself in a winning state, and that is the way that you want to do it. Okay. All right. Next question. Number 5, I feel like I'll bother people if I post every day. Okay, this is something that I used to have in the beginning of my journey. What we need to understand is everyone is on their own timelines. There's so many different things that are going on for so many different people. Just because you know that you're posting every single day doesn't mean that the same people are going to see your stuff every single day, okay? So just because you know that you've posted and you're selling every single day, it doesn't mean that every single person on your Instagram or your Facebook is going to see that post. So in terms of like, I feel like I'll bother people if I post every day. If you're selling it is a non-negotiable to sell, especially if you have a business. Like think about the brick and mortar mortar businesses here. Like if you open up a retail shop, are you going to feel like you're going to bother people because you've opened the doors? It's about shifting your mindset and your perspective. If you're a business, you should be selling every single day. And if people get bothered by you selling, that's their issue. It's not yours. You're a business. So if you have that belief or you have that mindset that you feel like you're going to bother people if you're selling every single day, if they don't want to see you selling, then they can go ahead and unfollow. You're here to serve the people that need your work. So that's what I have to say about that. If there's still some resonant beliefs there, I would just check in and ask yourself, like, where is your focus? Are you focusing on bothering people, or are you focusing on being able to help the people that need your work? So that's what I would be looking into. Okay. Where am I? Question 6. How long did it take you to make your first 6 figures? How long did it take me to make my first 6 figures? Honestly, it depends on that question because there's context behind that. When I first started in the coaching industry, if you guys know my story, I started off working for a company. So if you were to count that, gosh, probably in a year. But when I went out on my own, I was also able to make my first 6 figures. I've also had a really large month, like I've had a 6-figure month before. So there's so many different contexts to how long it took. If I was to really answer that question, it probably took me years because of the journey that I've been through. Like if you look online right now and people are saying like I've made this amount of money within this time frame, remember all of the work that went on behind the scenes to get that person to where they are today. Like me being going and being a dancer at the beginning of my journey, I could include that helping me to get to 6 figures, because that taught me how to be disciplined, and all of these different skill sets helped me to make my first 6 figures. So there's a lot of context behind that. So if the question has been asked for the intention of like timeline, or wanting to know whether you can do it in a shorter time frame, I think the key in this question is not like how long did it take, but what are the skills that you had or you needed to acquire that amount. I think that's the question that you want to be asking. Because I could say, well, it took me, from when I was born, because all of the things that I've learned over my journey have helped me get to where I am today, if that makes sense. Okay, question 7. What are your thoughts on investing in a coach or a program? Okay, my thoughts are, if you wanted to be an Olympian, would you do it on your own or would you have someone there supporting you? Okay, when it comes to investing in a coach or a mentor, the whole point of this, and I will go into like, at what point in your journey do you need a coach, and at what point in your journey do you need a course? So when I first started my journey, I invested in up-leveling my skill. I wanted to learn how to be a coach. If I had invested in a mentor straight away, it might have been a little bit different. So it depends on your journey. It depends on where you're at. It depends on like where your business is at right now, whether you need a course to up-level your skill and learn more about a certain area in your business, or you need someone to keep you accountable and open up your mind to how you would deal with different things in your business. So there's always context behind why you would need a coach and why you would need to invest in a program. But in terms of my thoughts, like, it's a non-negotiable. If you want to go into the next level, the whole point of having a coach or up-leveling your skill is to do that, is to up-level your mindset, is to think differently than what you're currently thinking, is to upgrade your belief system. If I didn't invest in a coach or a program, I would not be where I am today. Like, it's you, for example, me to learn dancing, I had to go and invest in a teacher to learn how to dance, right? So those are my thoughts in terms of investing in a coach and a mentor or a program. Okay, question 8. My partner doesn't support me. What did you do? I love this question. So I'm going to talk about partner and family and friends. I've always been the type of person that if I want something, I'll go after it. And like when people say no to me, I like to challenge that. I've always been that person. I don't like being told that I can't do something. So if you've got that in you, amazing. If you don't, that's okay. It doesn't mean you're not going to be successful. It just means that you've got a different point of attraction to get you to where you want to go. So if you don't have if your family doesn't support you, if your friends don't support you, if your partner doesn't support you, use that as fuel to go and do what you know you need to do. Okay. My partner didn't support me at the beginning. He thought I was crazy. He thinks I'm crazy in so many different things. But in the end, like I've been able to purchase different things because of my business, because I'm a leader, because I like to do things like this. I like to be an entrepreneur. So if I didn't follow that and I allowed my partner or my friends or my family to sway me off what I wanted to do, then I wouldn't be where I am today. So if you don't have that support, amazing. It means you can use that as fuel. If you've got that support, amazing too. What I would say is be aware of the leaning into the support, because I've also gone through that where my family's been very supportive. And sometimes when your family or friends or your partner are very supportive, you can get, I don't want to use the word lazy, but you can lean on that a little bit, which means that you don't kind of step into your power and kind of go and do things as if your parents, your family, or your partner didn't support you. Okay, so whether you've got both, there's something to work on there. Okay, so regardless of any of it, if your parents, your family, your friends support you, and if they don't, awesome, use it as fuel to help motivate you to get to where you are. So it doesn't matter if people don't support you, you keep going anyway, because I guarantee in this industry, there'll be people, whether it's your family or not, that don't support you. And you have to focus on the people that you can support, okay? All right. Okay, question 9. I'm afraid if I make the money I want, it will go away or I'll be irresponsible. Okay, felt those beliefs as well. And I have literally experienced when I've made money and then it's gone away. Okay, so to shortcut this for you, what I recommend doing is work on your money mindset. If you have any beliefs that are coming up like that, then the way to get through this and to stop you from actually experiencing that is to work on your money mindset. Whatever money is coming into your reality right now, start practicing right now how you would if you were to, let's just say your goal is to make 6 figures a year. If you're not making 6 figures a year right now, but you know what you would be doing if you had 6 figures a year, do what you would be doing now. Practice now. So for example, if you were making 6 figures in your business and you would be investing a certain amount into, let's just say you invest 10% of your money into, I don't know, a charity or whatever, then do that with the money that you have right now. Okay, so if let's just say you're making $1,000 a month right now, then take 10% of that and invest into a charity. So do the things that you would be doing with the amount of money that you're desiring or that you're working towards, and practice the actions now. Okay, and that'll help you navigate all the things that you're worried about or afraid of with smaller amounts of money, rather than getting the big amounts of money and then having to experience that at a bigger level. Okay. All right, question 10. I have a lot of ideas, but then get overwhelmed when actioning them. Totally normal, especially if you're super creative. So what I've done is I have a little black book, and any ideas that come into my mind, I always write them down. It doesn't mean, because this is something that I've had a few clients come to me about, it doesn't mean that because you receive a download or an idea that you go and action it straight away. Okay. What you need to do is you need to think from a business perspective or an entrepreneur's perspective, write down all of the ideas that you do get, and then strategically and intentionally launch ideas that make sense with your current reality right now and thinking future. Okay, so it's a bit of a big one, but what I'm saying is if you have a lot of ideas and you get overwhelmed, the overwhelm is because there's too much stuff in your head, so you need to get it down on paper or record yourself, or put it in your phone, whatever, but have a space where you put all your ideas and then ask yourself, what is the easiest idea that I can implement now? Okay, and that's going to get you out of overwhelm and into a new program that you're inputting into your system, into yourself, that you action ideas. Because the belief system that's sitting there is you have a lot of ideas, you're getting overwhelmed, but then you're not actioning them. Okay. So the belief system is that you get ideas, you get overwhelmed, and then you're not actioning. So now we're going to say, by doing these things, you have a lot of ideas, When you get overwhelmed, you write them all down. So you get them out of your head because you're getting overwhelmed because it's in your head. And then from there, you action the one that's most important right now. And then you will come to those, promise you. But it's better to write them down and action on one than nothing. Okay, so that's a little tip that you can do if you get overwhelmed. Okay, all right. Question 11. I've been posting, but I'm not seeing the results. Okay. When I have clients come to me about this, all I would say is if you're implementing some sort of task or you're posting, for example, if you do it for 90 days straight, you'll see some sort of result. Okay. So what that shows me, if you're asking, I've been posting, but I'm not seeing the results. My first question to you would be, how long have you been posting for? And the second question would be like, maybe you need to refine your posts. Maybe the content isn't landing right. Okay. But you need to, I believe you need to be doing something for at least 90 days nonstop to actually see some sort of results. And if you are doing a 90-day challenge or whatever it is on the task that you're doing, you will see, oh, I need to refine here. But 1 week is not enough time, guys. 30 days is not enough time, guys. So if you're posting and you're not being consistent, that's why. If you've been posting for like 30 days, for example, and you're still not seeing results, maybe something in your content needs to be tweaked. And the time, how long it's actually taken. 30 days may not be enough time. Maybe you don't have the community that's actually seeing, that's aligned to the content. So there's a few different pieces in regards to that, but that's the first things that I would look at. Okay, question 12. I want to launch a business, but I've seen somebody else doing something similar to me. Doesn't matter. There are so many people in this world. People are going to have the same ideas as you, okay? But the difference in the idea is not the idea. It is you and how you communicate it and how you show up. You are the difference, okay? This is just a sabotaging pattern when people come to me and they're like, oh, I've had this, like they're so excited. I have this amazing idea. And then they start doing some research and they see that other people have done it as well. And then they decide, oh, it's not going to work. It's not the idea that gets you the success, guys. It is you. It is your mindset, it is your consistency. It is your why, it is your willpower to actually making it a success. It's not the idea. It is you. Okay. It is you. Question 13. There are so many different opinions of building your business. Yes, there are so many different ways to build your business. What I highly recommend, and I teach to my clients, you've got to find a strategy that works for you. When you're happy with your strategy, of course, I can teach you all the different strategies here, there, and everywhere. But in the end, it's like consistency. Are you going to take the strategy and you're going to, be consistent in it? Discipline in it. One of the things that this person has asked is about a niche. So a niche, the reason why we have a niche, come on, Forrest, come here. The reason we have a niche is to help your mind understand, okay, this is the person that I'm talking to. So when you're creating content, you're talking directly to that person. That's why we have a niche, okay? But if you don't need to feel boxed in with a niche. It's just to help your mind understand this is who I'm talking to. So when you're creating content, it's going to land for the right person instead of being so general. And then you're like, oh, well, let's talk to this. Let's talk to this. And the energy gets scattered. So the reason we have a niche is to kind of not box ourselves in, but it's to speak to the person. So you know how to create content for the right person. Okay. And the last question, number 14, before I wrap up, is I don't have the money to launch my business, website, etc. You guys don't need money to launch a business. The old way of doing things is having money, investing. Now, let me just preface this, sorry. When you're launching a business, what I'm talking about is service-based, okay? So I haven't launched a product before, but you may need some capital to launch that, okay? In terms of the world that we live in right now, all you need is a phone, an internet connection, and Instagram and Facebook if you need. You can literally create things on Instagram without needing any money. If you have Canva, for example, that's where we use where we get all our graphics. That's also for free at the beginning. So if you have an excuse of, I don't have the money to launch my business, you don't need money to launch your business. All you need is an idea and the drive to make that idea come to life, and then you put it all on social media. And I go into depth around this in my masterclass that we're running. So today was day 2, tomorrow we've got day 3. So if you want to learn more about this, all you need to do is just hit me up. Come here, Forrest, my little hubby. So if you want more support on that, you can just send me a message and I'll talk to you about all the things, but it's free if you want more support in that. And the other thing is my fast track course. So this is for you if you are new to running an online business and you need that support to go to that next level. Okay. But if there's any other questions that come up, please just let me know in the comments. Again, I will post up, that's all the questions for this week. There's quite a few in there. Next week, I will put another Q&A box on my story. So if you have any other questions, then I will answer them next week. All right, guys, that is it for our weekly live. Hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions about wanting to join my masterclass that's happening right now, send me a DM with masterclass. If you want to learn more about my fast track course, which is on pre-sale right now, then send me a message and I can send you all the details around that. All right, I'm going to leave you guys. Lots of love. Well, chat to you guys next week. Bye.